Juliet Capulet is black, my friends, and she's amazing. So I went to see this musical in London on the West End called & Juliet, and it was very good. It was very good. So basically, that's the story of William Shakespeare and his wife, Anna. They're having a fight. Anna Shakespeare is tired of her husband only writing tragedies. So she decides to change the end of Romeo and Juliet. From now on, Juliet doesn't kill herself. Juliet decides to move on. She goes to Paris and she's just having fun. So we're just following her, having fun, meeting new people, making new friends. But William Shakespeare hates it. He hates the idea of Juliet being happy. So he decides that, spoiler, that Romeo is not dead. Romeo comes back from the dead, decides to go to Paris and to win Juliet back. So, what would it be? Romeo and Juliet? Juliet and Romeo? Let's see. That musical is a musical for empowerment. Fast LGBTQ plus rights. Juliet's best friend is a gay man, and he's gonna fall in love with another guy, and they're gonna eventually kiss on stage. It was very good. I think it was very important to show that aspect. Very 2020 in London. And it was very important because people tend to forget that we're all human beings, yeah? And to finally see people be happy to be gay or trans or whatever, it was so refreshing. Number 2, diversity. It's the first time that I'm seeing on stage so much diversity. There are like Asian people, mixed race people, black people. And it was good because most of the time, those people are part, like, for example, black people, they will always play slaves or representing the black community or whatever, certain community. And it was good to finally see black people or mixed race people like me be represented on stage. Being part of a group, being part of the society as a person and not as like black person or Asian person or whatever. 3, women's rights. Anna Shakespeare fights. She just wants to write a better story and she knows that her story is going to be better. She's fighting. She's fighting for Juliet, and that Juliet, she's a strong woman. She's a confident woman, an independent woman, embracing her freedom. She doesn't care about what people think. You know, she just saying no when she wants to say no. She just flirting with men, with women, with everybody she wants to flirt with. She just being happy of being herself and just living her life without the pressure, without this social pressure. And it was very good. She has short hair, she's dressing, she has very sexy clothes, she's dancing in a very sexy way. And that's good. Finally, it's good and refreshing. & Juliet is a very modern musical. As I said earlier, triggers very important topics such as gay rights, diversity. And on stage, you could see everybody. You could see white people, black people, Asian people. You could see curvy people. You could see skinny people, tall people, short people, people coming from everywhere. And everybody was different. And it was so good because this is how the world is today. This is how it is. We need to see people from everywhere. We need to see people who are just different. Because diversity is what makes this world unique, yeah? And yeah, also, it's a musical for millennials. I'm going to be very honest with you. It's for millennials, late millennials, early Gen X. They're like songs of my childhood. Britney Spears, Katy Perry, Kelly Clarkson, Bon Jovi. Even, the Backstreet Boys, most important, the Backstreet Boys. They opened with the Backstreet Boys and they ended with the Backstreet Boys. So very, very important. And it's good because most of the times millennials or people my age, they don't feel represented on stage, you know. They don't go to the theater because they think that it's not for them. And it's good because those musicals are very good. Are very good because they're bringing people who would normally won't go to the theatre. And it's important. People need to feel that they can go on stage or they can go see a musical and say, okay, that could be me. We need to dream. We need to believe that it could be us. You know what I mean? And last thing I really, really liked is that at the end, they call the musicians on stage. It never happens. It never happens. Most of the time, musicians never say hi or we don't know they're here. We don't know they're either backstage or under the stage. We don't know that. And it's very important to show them because they are part of the team. They are part of the stage team. They are, the music is something very, very important, either in a movie, or in a musical or a play, because it creates the tension. That's what makes you have the emotions you have. You know what I mean? And it's good because we never see them. They're like, people tend to forget that we need a lot of people to work on a project and that everybody, each individual is as important as the other. People in the backstage are as important as people on stage. And it was good. It's the first time I'm seeing it and I hope it won't be the last time. However, there are a few things that I didn't like about that musical. First, I had a problem with some people on the cast. For example, I don't know if I said it earlier, but Juliet is black. So Juliet is black, but she's having white parents. And I know this thing about no gender, no color and stuff. But I would have liked at least one of her parents to be black. Because it's once again the black girl who's been adopted by white parents. It's not good. It's a story. We need to believe it, yeah? I would have at least mom or dad to be black. That's it. Yeah, also with that cast, with the two parents, they were obviously too young to be Judith's parents. But yeah, I'm not the one making the cast. Then, that's something very, very personal. I've always had this problem. Time between the songs. I have a problem with musicals where there's one song and then not even 2 minutes after that, there's another one. I don't like it. I need the story to settle a bit. And yes, we all know the story of Romeo and Juliet. Everybody knows that story. But I would have preferred more time between the songs. That's something very personal. I have a problem with it. I don't know why, but that's how it is. Also, the last thing, Juliet has a nurse. She has a black nurse. The thing is, this nurse has a black accent. There's no such thing as black accent, but you understand the concept, yeah? And I didn't like it because I understand the fact that it's a historic point of view. Like in the past, white tenants had black slaves who were taking care of their kids. And yes, they were not speaking good English because they were slaves. But once again, it was a bit too much for me. Yeah. To sum up, And Juliet is a London musical. It's a real London musical with this London vibe, with a lot of colours, of glitters, of pink, of red, of yellow. It was very refreshing, London refreshing, with this open mind, with this we love everything and we love everybody. It was very good. It reminded me of Glee. I don't know if you guys remember the American TV series Glee. It was basically what it was, with the story of Romeo and Juliet. And it was so refreshing. I was so happy. And it's a very, very important play, because it forces you to see life grey, not either black or white. It forces you to broaden your mind and to think differently, which is very good, because as I said earlier, the world is like this. The world is multicultural. The world is with a lot of diversity and people coming from everywhere and doing a lot of things, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's a musical for everybody, really. It's, if you want to have a good time, if you in the audience, we can see very different people, you can see young people, old people my age, young adults, yeah, and everybody. it's a play for everybody. It's a funny play, it's a refreshing play, and if you have time after all this, you know, corona thing, have a go. Have it, honestly, just go see it. It's quite cheap and it's worth it. If you're having a bad day, just go see that musical, and after that you will be very happy.